What's up, peeps? Welcome to episode 1, project 1 on GurneyzProjX, and that first project is going to be a do-it-yourself 3D printer enclosure. So I've been 3D printing for about a year or so now, and I've just about moved on to ABS filament. And after doing a fair bit of research, I've realised that it is nearly impossible to get the stuff to adhere to the build plate. There's loads of factors for this. It could be your settings, it could be how clean the plate is, but I feel like my number one problem is the fact that my machine is completely exposed. Because it's exposed, any little thing, like a little breeze from a door or a slightly cracked window, that can actually affect the quality of the build because it takes temperature away from the plate, and then it makes the model sort of lift on the corners, and then the machine will keep printing, but you might not realize it's all gone wrong until 5-6 hours later, and then you have to start all over again. But see, there's added bonuses. I mean, it will obviously protect the machine from anything falling inside or people putting their hands in there. This plate gets up to over 100 degrees centigrade, potentially, when you're printing with ABS. So obviously that's a burn hazard right there. So it'll protect it from everything like that. And also it'll hopefully keep my energy bills a little lower because I'm only heating a box as opposed to a whole office. So that's good. And hopefully also it will keep the volume down a little bit because my bedroom is right next door, and I do a lot of my printing at night because that's the only time I have. So hopefully I'll get a bit of nice sleep for it as well. So stay with me and see what I come up with. So we're going to start with our table. We're going to use it this way up. The plan is to build a 5mm ply around the back. It has to be a bit taller than the feet because the printer itself is taller than the table, but the footprint is a perfect size. So that's what we're going to do. And then what I want to do on the front is have this corner section come off completely so you can access the front of the printer as well as get your spool off and on quite easily. I was thinking it might be quite nice to have some tinted windows as well, so when the printer's all off it just sits there as a sort of black monolith in the corner of the office, but then when you turn it all on the light will come on and you'll be able to see through the tint and see the printer inside, and obviously leave that while it's running. I'm going to use a low wattage LED strip, cabinet strip light in there, so I reckon it's going to look quite cool. And I thought I might paint the inside silver just so it reflects all the heat in, and it might look kind of cool and quite reflective as well with the light on. So let's cut some wood. Okay, so we've managed to get the size done. As you can see, it is taller than the feet on there. So now this is the side that's going to have the thicker 9mm on, and it's going to have the windows. So what I need to do is actually, I've got some blocks I'm going to put in there, screw all this down, make it all tough. And then because this table is actually made from, like, I don't know, cardboard, I'm going to have to sand like the legs down on the insides here, and then just use, I don't know, probably just brad nails with a gun and just so rough it up, glue it, put it on there and brad nail it on, and hopefully that'll just be strong enough. I mean, it hasn't got to be like structural, it hasn't got to take any weight, it's literally just to keep the heat in, so hopefully that's all it will need. So let's crack on and cut the thicker stuff. So what I did was I went and got myself some cheap photo frames, just from the local sort of cheap cheerful shop. And I think these were like £3.50 each. In my mind, that's an easy, quick way of getting hold of glass or plastic to make a little window out of. It's a shame that it is glass actually, because you have to be very careful with it, obviously. And well, I don't know, if it was plastic, you could cut it to fit, couldn't you? So you have to be a bit careful and make sure you get the right size. So what we'll do is we'll mark this up, see how big our frame has got to be. Obviously, leave a bit of a lip around it, and then find a way of sort of fixing it inside there. And I think what I'm going to do, like I said before, is I'm actually going to tint this as well. I've got some old car tint, so I'm going to use that. So hopefully it's quite cool. And then if it does break, at least the tint itself will just hold it together, so it won't make a massive, dangerous mess. So let's get to it. Okay, so we've marked up on one of the sides here where all the bits and pieces go. You've got a post down this side, which is 50mm plus the 5mm thickness of the side that we're going to put on there. And then this side we're going to have a corner piece, one I made earlier. So that's got to go on there, but on the other side, it's just, I've marked it all up so I know where everything is. So that's going to go on there, and then you're going to have your panel running off the other way. So now what I need to do is sit and work out how I'm going to put the glass in and where I need it to go. So this backing plate off the frame is about the same size, well, it should be the same size as the glass. So I'm going to move this around, find out where I want the glass to go, check it's all nice and even, and I'm happy with it. And then I have to try and work out some sort of way to hold the glass in. Let's crack on, let's work out what goes where. Okay, so we've marked up where we want the glass to go. I've drilled some holes in the corners. So this dark bead here, along here, that penciled mark, that is sort of the perimeter in which the glass is going to sit in. I've decided I'm just going to silicone it in. It'll be in there permanently. I don't intend on changing it. And if it breaks, I'll just have to pull it all out. So we're going to use the router. We're going to get in there. We're going to try and cut this square out, and then change the fitting on the router, and then just put a lip on there, and then we'll glue the glass in. That's the plan anyway. So let's crack on. Okay, so after some careful deliberation, I've decided that my router is actually broken. I don't know if you saw the sparks coming out of it there, but that's not normal. So I'm going to have to put the glass bit on hold until I get myself a new router, which is well annoying. Oh well, I'll just crack on and I'll cut out the window on the next panel for the front and get it all ready, and I'll put all the sides on as well. We'll get that far at least, and the glass will just have to come later. Let's crack on with that.